Good evening, everybody. I hereby call to order this regular meeting of the Tuxedo Union Free School District for this Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. Quick roll call and quorum check, Madam Clerk.
Gary Hefner.
Here.
Susan Mitchell.
Here.
Bonnie Takeuchi.
Here.
William Clark.
Here.
Bronwyn Rowntree.
She will be joining us.
Chris Scanlon.
He will not be joining us.
Jean-Michel Tijerina.
Here.
And Kaylee Donnelly.
She's here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you, everybody. Do I have an approval of the agenda motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We'll start with the superintendent's report. Jeff?
I just wanted to say, we're all a bit exhausted, but I wanted to say thank you to the community for supporting the budget. And I want to thank the administration and the staff and the board, and everyone had a part in preparing the budget, supporting the budget, getting the message out about the budget. And we are thrilled that the budget passed and that the bus proposition also passed. So thanks to everybody on that. I'm not going to make this long tonight because we are a bit exhausted and we've got a lot more work coming up. So I'm going to just move right on. And I'm going to say it's time for our favorite board person to come up and have a word. Ms. Kaylee Donnelly, our student representative.
Thank you, Kaylee.
I'm going to try and keep it brief. I know you're all very, very busy. I just wanted to recognize we have quite a few juniors who just received some pretty impressive scholarships. I believe they were told yesterday, so I just want to give them a little shout out.
Absolutely.
We are happy to announce the following students for the 2026 prestigious college level scholarship awards. Congratulations to Hamza Imran for being selected as this year's 2026 Rensselaer Medal recipient and for receiving the University of Rochester's Xerox Award. The Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Medal, awarded annually to one student in any given high school, is designed to recognize that student's strength and success in the fields of mathematics and science. Medalists who apply, gain admittance, and enroll at Rensselaer are able to receive a $40,000 per year scholarship, which is pretty impressive. Congratulations again to Hamza on receiving the University of Rochester's Xerox Award. This award recognizes a student who shows a strong interest and displays talent in the pursuit of innovative approaches, along with an appreciation for the possibilities of technology. Congratulations to Amelia Kanatsky on receiving the University of Rochester's George Eastman Award. This award recognizes a student who displays outstanding leadership traits, high grades, in challenging courses, and has extensive involvement in extracurricular activities. Congratulations to Katie Nemec on receiving the University of Rochester's Bausch and Loam Honorary Science Award for positive contributions to their school and within the larger community, and for high achievement and rigor in science and math classes. Congratulations to Gabe Ogden on receiving the University of Rochester's Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award, named in honor of two of Rochester's most significant pioneers of social justice, and recognizes a commitment to understanding and addressing difficult social issues. Congratulations to Zaire Velez on receiving the Clarkson University Leadership Award. The individual selected will qualify for a $120,000 or $30,000 per year tuition scholarship, respectively, over 4 years, should they apply, be accepted, and choose to enroll at Clarkson University. All of the University of Rochester awards are worth at least $5,000 per year, totaling $20,000 over 4 years. In addition, student application fees are waived should they choose to apply next fall. A big thank you to the Tuxedo Scholarship Committee on selecting this year's recipients, and on behalf of the entire district, we commend you on all of your accomplishments throughout your high school careers. And finally, alongside the teachers, the students are very happy the budget vote has passed and are happy that we're able to preserve as many programs as possible for the upcoming school year. If you have any questions, just please let me know, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Could you deliver a message to the student body, from the board? I was in attendance for the high school concert the other night. It was spectacular.
I know that I saw a couple of other board members there. I was floored by the innovation and collaboration, of our music department and everybody involved. So, thank you very much.
I'll make sure to pass that
Yes,
along.
do.
And while we always enjoy your report, we enjoyed a little more when you have such fantastic news. So thank you for being the
Yeah.
the standard bearer and example and reporter of that great news.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Congratulations to all those students. It's it's so exciting to
Such a-
hear about all
it's a
those
real honor.
amazing, amazing awards and honor. Thank you.
They all deserve it so much. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaylee.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I also wanted to say that we did an exit poll yesterday during the election cycle, and I want to thank the members of the community that responded, and we're going to be analyzing the data. We really appreciate the information. I will be looking at that and sharing it with the board. We do absolutely want to hear what the community has to say and what they'd like to see in their schools. So again, thank you for everyone who did that, and I'll be sharing that out with the board in the next couple of weeks.
You stole my thunder, but that's okay. That's what I was going to say next. Well, I was going to bring that up under the budget, but that's okay. We can thank them twice. Are there any committee reports, written or oral or otherwise? I don't think so. I'm just making sure. Okay. Any Oxbow report? I know they've been busy with
Yeah,
their
no, I
own.
reported it last time
Right.
about the AI, and there's a meeting coming up, and we're all invited. It's the last meeting of the year. I don't have the date in front of me, but I'll get it before the end of the meeting.
So on to the 3.1, the certification of the budget vote and election results. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
So for discussion, I was going to mention a few things. Everyone is happy that the budget vote is over. Some voted for, some voted against. But I want to thank all the people involved who got people out to vote, whichever way you voted. The voters themselves, the community members, the parents, the staff here, including Walter and everybody in the room, meaning our clerk, Christine, Walter in the back, Jeff here, the other staff members, the people on social media who got people out to vote, and also the teachers, both individually and as a union group. They were heavily involved in helping craft this budget and getting people out to vote. Now, when I say people out to vote, because we want to hear both sides, the budget vote was last night, so now the process of preparing the next budget, which includes being financially stable in the future, being fiscally responsible, that starts today. So everyone's like, "Whew, we're done," but we're really not, because I know that this board has reaffirmed to do certain things, which I looked up some of our past election propaganda, and I think these are things that I found on more than one current, future, and past board members. And so I'm making that reaffirmation on behalf of the board tonight to make sure that we do the following: continue to have structurally sound budgets that are the most transparent ever, to make Tuxedo one of the highest rated school districts in New York State, to continue to have the lowest school tax rate in Orange County, and welcome input no matter what it is. If you agree with us, we want to hear it. If you disagree with us, we want to hear it, which is why I want to thank all the people who last night, which I understand it's over 300 of the voters, answered some questions about how they feel about the budget, how they feel about the district, ideas they have for us, et cetera. We want all that input, and to anybody who wants to provide information, again, if you voted for the budget, I want to know what you think about it for the next year. So come to a meeting, call one of us up. If you see us at the parade on Monday, track us down, talk to us. We want to know if we can do better. If there's something we should be doing that we're not, we want to know. Something should be added, we want to know. Something that you think we can cut and we can, we want to know. So this input and transparency and cooperation between all the members of this community is ongoing and starts again today. I know we're exhausted, but please don't Nobody's going to goat if you were for the budget. No one should go into a turtle shell if they were against the budget. We are all now on the same team to make sure that our goals are met. And going forward, we have a great school with great staff, with great students, and a great outcome for everybody. That was my discussion for the budget, the budget vote approval. Any other comments or discussion or questions?
I have a comment.
Sure.
If I may, thank you. Let me just pull it up. All right. So last night, the Tuxedo community spoke, and the school budget passed with 61% of the vote. This is a meaningful victory for 174 students and the programs they depend on. I would like to congratulate Michelle Watch on winning her board seats. Michelle, I look forward to working with you and benefiting from your expertise as a teacher and parent. I would also like to thank Joe Rickard for his commitment to this community and his unwavering dedication to placing students first. Joe, your service and integrity have made a difference. Looking ahead, I'm excited to work with the new board on enhancing our STEM programs and bringing meaningful AI education to our students so they are prepared and ahead in a rapidly changing world. Finally, Jeff, your extraordinary work this year delivered a budget that protects every program our students depend on. I look forward to continue to work alongside you toward your vision of Tuxedo becoming a top 100 school in New York State. That goal is worthy of this community and these students.
Thank you, sir.
Well said. I agree with all of that. Anything?
Yeah, I didn't prepare anything as lovely as that, but
That's okay.
I just wanted to thank everyone that went into creating the budget this year, working so hard, Walter, Jeff, the teachers who gave us, suggestions and accommodated, to create savings for the district, the students who spoke up, everybody, the community. It's been a unifying experience. I'm really looking forward to moving ahead this year and focusing on improving programs and the academics, which, and focusing a little bit less on, some of the other things that kind of took away our time from what I was here, what I signed up for, which is focusing on helping the students become, have the best educational experience possible. So thank you to everybody.
You don't have to speak, but if you want to.
Yeah, no, I think you guys have pretty much covered it. I think that there was 39% of the population came out and they were not necessarily happy with the budget, and hopefully we can work constructively towards rectifying some of that. I think there's definitely work to be done, but I think we're moving forward quickly, and this was a real collaborative effort, not just from the board, from the teachers, from staff, from admin. It was also a collection, very collaborative effort from all around the community. So, Tuxedo has a tendency to be a bit fractured in many respects, but I think we all kind of understand the value of our central school system, and if we can continue to bind together to support this, I think really the future is going to be very, very profitable for all of our kids. So, thank you.
You don't have to.
I'm kind of all talked out.
Okay.
I've made so many phone calls over the last couple of weeks, but I think it's not easy to get people to come out, and even with a modest increase, to increase their taxes. But I think that people weighed the value of the school to the community very carefully, and I just am very glad that they affirmed to all of us that they want to keep a vital institution in this town, and I'm very happy about that.
Well, I think it was one of the highest turnouts we've had in,
Like 10 or 12 years.
Since COVID was higher, but that's when everybody got their ballot mailed to them.
Automatically, yeah.
And, just, so, that was
an anomaly.
That was an anomaly.
Yeah, we take that one out. My prior comments were kind of as president of the board on behalf of the board, but personally, I want to thank all my fellow board members for the couple hours extra we put in here or there to try to come up with a good budget. So thank you to you guys from me personally as well.
Wives, significant others, everybody else that's dealt with, midnight, 1 a.m. returns. So,
If there's no other questions or comments, all those in favor? Just to be clear, this is the certification of the budget vote and election results. And Christine, this is not on the website yet, but once it's signed, it will be?
Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna send it to our PR, they're gonna
And then
upload
it
it
goes
right
up.
on there, and
Okay.
it's also gonna go on board docs.
So if people are watching this, it's not on the website yet because it hasn't been approved yet, but it's really a breakdown of absentee ballots, early vote ballots, machine ballots with percentages and every possible breakdown, yes and no's for every vote from yesterday. So it's a very specific breakdown. Once we approve it, she certifies it, and then it gets uploaded. It will be on the website eventually, and it becomes our official results. So all those in favor?
Aye.
It passes unanimously. Thank you. So this you have your own copy, right? Or do you need this
Yes, I
copy?
have-
Okay.
no, Nope, I have.
Okay.
That's just for your records.
Thank you.
And then-
All right, moving on. Approval of consent agenda items. Speaking to board members, we're pulling 4.6 at least. Is anything else wanting to be pulled?
I have a question.
Yes. Or are there questions, so we don't have to pull something?
Okay, it's just 4.2, approval of the certified substitutes teaching staff.
Can I-
It doesn't have a salary or a wage associated with it?
It's certified as it's a standard, that's why it's 105 for non-certified, and it's 115 for certified.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
4.5?
Question or pull?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. And we said 4.6?
Yep.
And I think that's
Per
it
day.
for personnel, business.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items minus 4.5 and 4.6?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other just questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We'll come back to those two when Bronwyn gets here. So we'll move on for now to consent agenda business 5.1 and so forth, all the way to 5.6. I would note for the public that 5.6 is important because it's the approval of the resolution and contract for the roof repair directly above us here. And I did notice that, I just wanted to note on the enrollment report, I'm presuming those numbers are correct because we're either steady or increasing a little bit. So the rest of the country and the state are declining. We're actually steady, up by a point or two, but minuscule up. But we're still up instead of down, which is good.
See what we can do.
Anybody want something pulled? All right. Can I just,
Did we skip over the minutes?
you want to skip the minutes for now?
Well, no, I don't, but you seem to have skipped it, unless I'm out of order here.
No, we're doing that's 5.1. We're doing all the fives together.
All right.
We're gonna do a
Can you
consent.
just, Jeff, briefly explain for the public the summary of 5.6, which is the roof repair?
That's because we noted an issue with the roof here at GFB. There was some moisture underneath the membrane, so the architect came, checked it out, and realized that we had to do some roof work in that area that hadn't been seen before. It came out, the building condition survey is done in the spring or summer months. This was noted in the wintertime, so the work needed to be done. The board had approved calling this a non-contingent item expense, and we're going to be using the repair reserve to fund that. So that work will be beginning in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get that done, before, obviously, the summer's out.
Right, now the repair reserve has been, in our fund balance for a while. How long has the repair reserve been in existence?
Longer than I've been here, so it's more than 5 years, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just curious when it was established. It was definitely 5 years old, if not older. Where exactly in the elementary school is the condition?
It is 1,000-foot, I can't remember the location or the amount. I'm so tired
Yeah,
tonight,
I
Phil.
understand.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
apologize.
been a long week.
I'm not
But
on my,
is
I think
it
it's above
over
the
the
library.
breezeway, or is it?
Isn't it
'cause we have
above the
the old
library?
section, the new section, and a breezeway. So when they say
It-
membrane roof.
It'll be the spot where the construction equipment is in
Okay,
a
all
couple
right,
weeks.
fair enough, okay. Look for more scaffolding?
yeah, forgive me, I'm
All right.
So I have a question. It's just about the co-curricular activities and stipends for sports. You know, my understanding is that if the full year is not completed, like for example for clubs, if they don't meet 10 times, or, you know, if we approved a sport and there's not, you know, that it never actually happens because the students don't come, that they wouldn't, we wouldn't actually pay the full amount of the stipend. But in the line items, it's all lumped together. So is there a way that we could actually have a breakdown of,
When it's all said and done.
When it's all
of
said
which-
and done.
Which clubs
Yeah,
or
we can get
sports
that.
didn't
yeah, and like what
complete
was
their
the full?
goal.
Yeah,
We can get that.
okay, thank you.
Okay, are we talking about the proposal, though, for the roof repair? Is that?
We can.
We can.
I'm sorry if I skipped ahead.
No, that's-
I'm sorry if I skipped ahead.
No, you didn't.
I'm not, this is so one side of one page, so I don't know, I have some questions. The things that are listed as exclusions, so it lists, for example, overtime work is an exclusion, but I would have thought that when they gave us the price for doing the work, they would have factored in all of the labor necessary. Why would we then incur overtime expenses?
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Things beyond their control.
No, the architect is aware the project can't go over the amount that we agreed to.
Well, we should leave that in, or we should take it out?
Yeah, I'll leave it out. The attorney reviewed everything. We'll keep an eye on the overtime. We'll keep an eye on all those costs.
And do we have, is there an additional price for permits?
That's all built in.
Well,
It's all
no, it's
built into
listed
the
as an exclusion.
Into the whole project cost, I meant. It might be covered under the architect, but, yeah. If you have specific questions I'm unable to answer tonight, I can get them for you.
I just don't want to, if I'm thinking that this
We
is
won't
gonna,
overexpend the budget on the project.
the 153.8?
Yeah, the architect always puts in contingency amounts for any of these exigencies, so.
We've been, and Milcon's going to be doing the work?
They are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, the architect always builds into the project budget all these different types of costs. So there's allowances for it. We're not going to go over. Most likely, if anything, we'll be under.
Okay, and then, is there any kind of warranty that
That
comes
was,
with it?
that's
Yes,
correct.
there'll be a
Mil-
warranty on the
Milcon
roof.
does all the work,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
there'll be a warranty on the roof, absolutely.
And for the record, we had multiple bids. We put an RFP out and got multiple bids. which
Yeah,
is-
they got this from it's off a contract. It's been let. It's a New York State OGS contract, so it has been bid by the state. OGS is Office of General Services for the state of New York.
Like, we didn't pick this contractor. They picked us by being the lowest bid.
Yeah.
Anything under the fives, questions, nothing to be pulled? All right, do I have a motion
Wait,
to?
wait.
Oh, okay.
Gary. Oh, well, the reorg meeting, do I miss the date?
July 1st is on there.
Yeah.
It might be on the
It
next
is?
page, which is the first day we can have it. We have a couple
Oh,
weeks,
my.
2.5 weeks to do it or so, but
Yeah, there was a new law.
but new board
that-
members can be sworn in as of July
Yes.
1st. So
And it happened to be a Wednesday.
right, so we historically do it as early as we can. Not that we're rushing Will out.
No, that's good. It's quite all right. I'll be sitting out there. I have a lot more to say from out there than up here.
Do we have a motion and second on these already? I forgot.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yep.
So moved.
So Bonnie, don't freak out. We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Are you ready, Bonnie?
No, we want to vote. We give her time. We're just going to get that part.
Do you,
done.
anything?
So who did,
Okay, I
Are
second.
you done with
We're
the?
we're holding the vote
business?
till she's ready.
With that,
who was the first? Was that John Michelle?
Yeah, Jan.
right? That's it.
Take your time.
While she's processing, I'm trying to find the date or the time for the parade. Do we know what time we're supposed to be there?
The parade?
Yeah.
The parade steps off promptly at 11:30. Lineup begins at 11 in front of the high school.
It's here at 11.
Lineup starts at 11, steps off at 11:30.
Right,
They
that's right,
close
right.
Route 17 at 11:30.
It's here at 11 o'clock.
What day is that?
Monday, the
Monday.
25th.
I will be out of town.
It's gonna be hot. Maybe we'll check.
What's the weather like?
I mean,
More promising than Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Well, if it's not 100 degrees, that's promising to me.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
Bonnie, you good?
And when I said significant others, you know, walking through the door at 1 in the morning, Walter, I was talking about your wife. Yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a
Absolutely.
second for all the consent agenda items, business. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Guidelines for public comment. Does anybody here wish to speak? They're all shaking their head.
They're all sleeping with the late.
All right. Any new items, old items, past, present, future, under 7.1?
I have a sort of a repeat item.
That's fine. Now's the time.
So I had asked several meetings ago, there are two categories in sports and in clubs and extracurriculars. And I'd asked for a list, like Mr. Margada explained to us, for example, that we have to balance because of Title IX and offer girls' sports and boys' sports in each season. I still don't have a clear picture of what that's going to look like fall, winter, and spring, what those are going to be. And I know some of it is dependent on the number of students we have that participate in a particular sport, whether or not we can field a team. But since we also have to balance, I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned that we're going to be able to meet the balancing requirements in all three seasons. That's number one. Number two, the other thing I'd asked for was a 3-column sheet that says what extracurricular activities are we offering in the high school, the middle school, and the elementary school, so that again, we can try to equalize the distribution of funds that are somewhat limited this year, so that all of the children get something, and there's not too much emphasis, you know, in one particular age group. So I think that's, if we could have that ahead of the next meeting, maybe, or, I don't know,
Yes, we can
anybody
do
else
that
have?
I think it would be helpful before we have the transition of athletic director to get Marco's recommendations for what we should, you know, how we should best meet the needs of our students through athletics next year. Because I think that we're definitely been challenged this year with having enough students who want to play to make a team, but we certainly have students who want to play. We just don't have enough to make a team. So that if we could look ahead and start developing a relationship with Chester or whatever we need to do so that the students who do want to play get to play, I'd like to hear that plan.
Sure.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like we have students who want to play. We just don't have enough to make a team. And we can give them opportunities we have good relationships with the other districts.
And we also have had students from the Suffern School District play on some of our
Right.
teams in the past, so.
Right. So if we could have Marco come back and speak to us, just kind of about what his recommendations might be.
Do we need him live, or can that be a report? I'm just
Or
asking.
whatever's best
I
for,
don't think we need him.
But if he's not live, it might be helpful if he's available by phone so that we can ask
Right.
follow-ups.
But if we get it ahead of time, too,
Yeah, totally.
then we can,
Yeah.
because we're not voting on anything, it's
Just
just,
to
it's a
get info.
conversation.
Yeah.
yeah, I think transition is important, you know, and since we were making a transition from, you know, Marco to a new athletic director, whoever that may be, I think it's, you know, we are the piece that stays, you know, so if we know the plan, then we can help facilitate the plan.
Especially if it's written down.
All right, any other discussions for any other topics under 7.1? Old, new, sideways, backwards? All right, moving to 8.1, enter into an executive session. We have one item to discuss, I think, is that correct?
We have a few. Yeah.
We have a few?
Yeah.
But including at least section F, paragraph F under section 105, which is always the New York Public Officers Law, Article 7. Do I have a motion to move into executive session?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll be back. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It is 10:46. We're back from our meeting upstairs. Do I have a motion to return from executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have two items to follow up on. They are both actually on the agenda. The first is 4.5, approval of GFB musical chaperone revision. That's kind of a mistitle. We're changing that event to GFB musical assistant director.
Assistant director, I thought.
Assistant director.
Assistant Director.
GFB musical assistant director. Any objection to the change of that title in the agenda? So do I have a motion of approving that?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Conversation was, this was for work previously done. There's two musicals, one in each school, and the prior approval was only for one of the schools. Really should have included both. So this is for past work already done.
And the other point I think that's important for people watching this is that the reason that it's done at an hourly rate and not a stipend is because it actually ends up being more cost effective to do it at an hourly rate
Than the prior stipend amount.
than the prior stipend amount. So that's why it's figured out this way. It's to save money while also recognizing the
Do we
hard
do a
work.
motion second?
Yes, we did.
Right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Yeah, our final thing is 4.6, approval of instructional technology specialist. It was on the agenda, but we have a walk-on resolution, even though it's on the agenda. Do I have a motion to add this walk-on resolution that we discussed upstairs to the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
No discussion, so all those in favor?
Can you actually explain what it is?
Not until it's added to the
After,
agenda.
okay.
Yeah, no discussion on
Okay.
this technical point. All those in favor of adding it to the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, before we discuss it, do we have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion and questions. There you go, Susan.
Can you just explain what it is?
Yes. I'll let Jeff actually, because
It's just an MOA with the union for the stipend amount. It's being done mid-year. We're doing a smaller amount. We can't locate the original MOA for the full amount, so we're doing one for the rest of the year this year. Going forward, we'll do a separate MOA for the whole thing for the whole year. And it's just for the instructional technology specialist work. So
Can you,
it's
what
being-
specifically is needed?
Oh, sure. For the balance of the year, they'll be doing a district instructional technology plan. They'll be doing some policy revisions, updated the Chromebook policy handbook. They'll be doing some work on instructional technology audit, teacher and staff surveys, state exam coordination, which would include the Regents exam scoring. And there's a whole series of other Google Admin Console, Google Classroom, Google Directory, and ClassLink work that's going to be done between now and the end of the year. Okay?
and the amount is reduced from the full amount by over 50% to the amount of $4,350, and we be directing the superintendent to sign this side agreement or side contract with the union. So it requires the union agreement and our agreement.
And pending legal review.
Right.
I think the important piece of this, though, is that a large portion of the work, and forgive me, Jeff, if you said this, though, but a large portion of the work is completing a project that is required every 3 years.
Yes,
Right.
the New York State requires an instructional technology plan from school districts every 3 years, and that will be a large portion of this work. It's due by June 30th.
So we
Of this
need to
year.
have this project completed. It's not a nice to have, it's a need to have because it's a state requirement that this
That's correct.
project be done in a timely fashion.
Yes.
And in addition, one of the tasks that's being completed is something that's going to improve communication with parents in terms of email communications between parents and teachers.
That's correct.
And obviously, this is, this will be done obviously before the end of the year. This is going to end on the 30th,
Correct.
June 30th.
June 30th.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Just me? Motion carries. Any other further business? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor? Motion carries. Good night, everybody.